How old were you when you learned that monsters weren't real? That there weren't any blood-sucking creatures waiting to sink their teeth in you, either under the bed or wearing the deformed shadows of an open closet in a dark room, hiding in plain sight from any adult, only visible to you. Vampires, werewolves, zombies, ghosts, and every and anything else that goes bump in the night. But the true horror is asking yourself, how old were you when you realized monsters were real? That they do and always have existed, and sometimes they were a lot closer than under a bed or in a closet. Sometimes they hid in plain sight, wearing the mask of familiarity. Sometimes you live right next door to them, underneath them or over top of them. Sometimes you know them since kindergarten. Sometimes they even live with you. You can be haunted by something that's very much alive and at the same time very much dead in any way that really counts. And the fangs and claws they use to rip your heart out your chest can be something as common and deadly as a butcher knife or a fully loaded semi-automatic pistol that ain't waiting for a full moon or the stroke of midnight to grip you in its deadly clutch. But even those instruments of pain and torture take a more back seat to some that are destructive and as simple as a smile and a loving touch or embrace that really is the opposite of loving. All demons don't come from no lake or pit of fire. And hell can be a daily destination of being forced to live through your own death every day. So yeah, there are all kinds of monsters out here. The true terror is finding out how long our eyes were open and working, only for you to one day realize you always been blind. And the longer I work at this Dirtbag Deli, I'm sure I'm working for a monster that might just be the worst kind there is. This deli been owned by a few different people since I was a kid. Every neighborhood has one. Get your bread, eggs, milk, soap, toilet paper, diapers, paper plates, whatever you need. Never more than 2 blocks from wherever you are and whatever city you happen to call home. Some of them sell beer and liquor, others cash checks. But damn near all got a deli serving cold cut sandwiches. When I was a kid, Mr. Kim had the best sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches you ever tasted. He don't own it no more. It was just Kim's. Then nobody called it the Dirtbag Deli yet. But when Mr. Kim sold it around the time I was like 15, the new owner was, in a word, different from Mr. Kim. What none of us could ever know was just how different. No one knew where the man we only called David King came from. People only knew his name because somebody once saw an old piece of metal. Not because he ever spoke it or spoke of anything that wasn't a 3 to 5 word sentence or a numerical price. Seriously, he used words as if it hurt for them to come through his lips. The less the better. Even though I'd known him for over 4 years, the time he hung the help wanted sign in the window, I was on probation and needed a job for the courts. And my little sister, who I've been taking care of since mom died, when I asked about what he needed, his answer was the closest thing to an interview or application. All he said was, "You clean? Come back morning."